The City Fans United AGM is rapidly approaching, an opportunity for CFU members to stand for the board. Do you have a message for anyone who might be interested?
Yeah, I just really want to encourage anybody, if they've got any interest in standing for the CFU board, to put their name forward or get in contact with either myself or any of the current board members to have a chat through. Really want to get more people on the board, more engagement. Many hands make light work.
Is there a particular skill set that perhaps is something that you'd be interested on adding to the board?
Yeah, it's a great question. As a board, at this stage through an AGM process, we don't explicitly go out and say we look for certain skill sets or certain backgrounds. We're not allowed to do that in our constitution. If we do need that, we have something called co-option, which we'll do throughout the year. So, what I've experienced myself when I looked at coming on the board, a lot of people will think they want to give something or they want to contribute by being on the board, but they don't know necessarily if they've got the right skills to step on. What I would say is it's more about values than it is about skills, so a lot of the skills will flow through. People don't necessarily realise what skills and competencies they've got until they form part of the board, and it's the board as the collective that run the club. So everybody who's got the right skills in some area, we will put them to best use.
To some people who might be hesitant in terms of their commitments in their life, what can people who are standing for the board expect in terms of how much time you've got to devote to the role?
Yeah, it's interesting in terms of the time commitments. On the back of the pandemic, things do work very differently now than perhaps they did even sort of 18 months ago. So we meet as a board via Zoom now, sort of every 2 to 3 weeks. The reason being for that, it makes it a lot easier than meeting in person. So regardless of social distancing or anything like that, the big benefit that I see from that is actually allows maybe exiles or individuals previously who were unable to commit to coming out every Monday evening for a board meeting to be able to join. What I would say is we do look for board members that are able to contribute. And what I mean by that is joining the board isn't just about turning up on a match day wearing a suit and doing that. It's about improving the running of the club. Because that's how we operate and how we work. So whilst it might just be a one meeting every few weeks, actually there's a lot of hard work that goes on in between those meetings. But that then can be done with individual free times, evenings, school patterns, childcare. There's so many different aspects of life, but we work around that. And as across the board, we do deal with all of those issues between us as a collective anyway. So really, anybody with their personal commitments who might feel that might be a barrier for them joining the CFU board, part that to one side because it won't stop you.